What's happening guys, it's Abhinav from PhoneBunch and welcome to a review of the Samsung Galaxy On Nxt. Now this one comes with a 5.5-inch 1080p TFT display protected by 2.5D curved Gorilla Glass 4. You have the Exynos 7870 octa-core processor powering the innards, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of onboard storage and Android Marshmallow right out of the box with the October security patch which has just started rolling out. Now that we are done with the specs, let's start with the review. First we'll talk about the build. On the left of the phone you'll find 3 different slots. So you have 2 separate SIM card slots and a separate microSD card slot which can take up to 256 gigs of storage. The volume buttons have excellent tactile response. They seem to be made out of metal. At the bottom of the phone you'll find the audio jack, micro USB port as well as the primary microphone. There is no noise cancellation mic over here. On the right of the phone you have the speaker, a strange placement which I'll talk about in a short while, and you also have the power button right there. At the back you get a 13 megapixel camera which is flush with the surface, as you can see right there. The back of the phone is made out of metal except the top and bottom parts which are made out of plastic, and you have a 3300 mAh battery on the inside which is non-removable. Moving to the top, in the front you have a notification LED, 8 megapixel front facing camera, and just below the display you have on-screen buttons which don't light up along with a fingerprint sensor. Now talking about this display, it is a 5.5-inch 1080p TFT panel. So it looks sharp, the viewing angles are good, but the color reproduction not quite so much. Colors appear a bit washed out and the color reproduction overall tends to be a bit towards the colder side. And even if you compare it with an IPS panel say on the Redmi Note 3, this display does look inferior, and compared to Samsung's own AMOLED displays, well, this is a lot behind. And you don't have an auto brightness sensor, although I never use it, but there is an outdoor mode which you can use to increase brightness when you go outside. Now coming to that fingerprint sensor, again it is a bit finicky. As you saw right there, it took 2 tries. That happens more often than not. But it is decently fast. It is a touch-based sensor, so you just tap on it and the phone unlocks. And well, you have some neat options like one-handed mode, nothing new but they are quite welcome. You just triple tap the home button and it works. You can also lock apps with the fingerprint sensor if you're wondering. Now, call quality hasn't been an issue with Samsung smartphones. We haven't found that here either. Network reception is good, call quality is good on the device as well. The earpiece is loud as is the speakerphone. Now you do have mobile hotspot, Bluetooth tethering and all, but there's no NFC on the device which is available in the lower priced Galaxy On 8. Now let's get to the camera. So you can double tap the home button to open up the camera app very quickly. That works every single time, and look at that shutter speed. So good shutter speed throughout. You have an f1.9 aperture 13 megapixel rear camera and 8 megapixel front camera here. There is a so-so pro mode available which doesn't let you control much, and you can record 1080p videos with the rear camera which do come out decent. Now here's the take on the camera. The images generally do turn out sharp, they have good amount of detail, but yes, they look a bit over-processed at times. Color reproduction is slightly towards the oversaturated side, and when I compared with images taken with the Moto G4 Plus or the Lenovo Z2 Plus, those actually captured a bit more detail, especially the dynamic range was better with those 2 phones. Now the rear camera is not bad, it's simply not as good as the competition. The front-facing camera, however, is pretty average. Now talking about audio quality, the audio through the headphone jack is quite crisp, a bit treble heavy but still sounds good. And this is the headset that you get in the box. These do sound quite okay, not that comfortable to wear. Now the audio through the speaker is loud. It does sound a bit tinny at times, but it doesn't distort at full volume. It's definitely louder than the Samsung Galaxy J7. And you also have FM radio with recording available where we didn't have any issues with the reception. And now talking about software, as I've already told you, we are running on Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow on this device, and there's some neat software features here, like you can lock or hide apps which I've already shown you, and it's pretty easy to configure as well. Just go into the options, select the apps that you want to lock, and they will be locked with the fingerprint sensor. Then you can also go ahead and set up a secure folder where you can keep your files where no one else will have access to. And talking about files, you have 32 gigs of onboard storage on this device, which is plenty, and you can also expand that with a separate microSD card slot. Moreover, USB OTG is also supported here. Now the Galaxy On Nxt comes with 3 gigs of RAM, out of which even when apps are running in the background, we had about 1 gig free. So yes, multitasking is fine on this device. Now, in terms of general use and performance, I didn't notice any lag. You can see right here too, apps open up quickly, and even while switching between different apps, you won't notice any lag. But performance does get bogged down when it comes to gaming. We played several high-end games, some basic games as well, and I did notice lag in higher-end games as well as some of the basic games. This phone, however, doesn't heat up with extended gaming, but it's definitely not meant for gaming at all. That's possibly due to the 1080p display, which isn't playing that well with the Mali graphics of the device, but that's just it. It's not meant for gaming. However, for general use, you won't notice any lag on this device, nor any memory issues. Now, talking about battery life, I was able to get through one full day of use easily with this phone. On lighter days, even 1.5 days. You'll get about 4.5 to 5 odd hours of screen on time, and the battery does take a bit of time to charge, about 2 odd hours. Now, to help you with battery management, there are some neat features here, like you can reserve your phone's battery life just for calls so that your phone doesn't die that easily, and then you can also choose from 3 different levels of saving battery life, which reduces your processor clock speed, display brightness and all those things to get more juice out of that remaining battery. Then the best thing, you can forward your calls to another number when your battery is dying. This I feel is actually quite useful, but I would like to know your opinions on that as well. So folks, here's my take on the Galaxy On Nxt, the Galaxy J7 Prime or the Galaxy On 7 2016, whatever you want to call this phone. The build quality on the phone is solid. It feels good to hold in hand, it doesn't feel very hefty. The 2.5D curved glass does help with touch response. The display as well as the cameras on this phone should have been better, especially considering the price point. So if you are looking to buy a phone in this price bracket, this should be under consideration, given the good design, good day-to-day performance, good battery life as well. Some of the other phones that you may want to consider, top of the list would again go to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, then you have the Lenovo Z2 Plus, and well, the Lenovo Max 2 is also an option worth considering. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, hit us in the comment section, and as always, have a great day.